Discover the best 9 t-shirt design niche research ideas. And my goal with this video is to help you find niche ideas with low competition. Give this video a thumbs up and let's get into the content. And I want to show you guys how I found all these niches in this video right here by doing research. I came over here into Merch Informer. My affiliate link is going to be down below in the description. So if you want to go ahead and sign up and use this, they give a free trial too as well. So you can just go ahead and test it out. I come over here to product search, movers and shakers. And as I come into movers and shakers, you're going to see that this basically pulls daily from merch by Amazon, amazon.com. You can see that I'm using about the daily. You can do weekly. You can do categories by different products, US. And it's basically showing me different niches. I am not old. I'm a classic. And you're going to see, it's going to show the actual BSR. So you can see that it's obviously made a sale, but then when it makes this even more sales, it kind of just shows you the sales analytics. So here and drops down and makes a sale. Here and goes up and drops down and makes another sale. And the same thing here when it goes all the way up and makes another sale. So just to keep in mind, there's a ton of good niche ideas inside of this tool. And so for example, let's say a day without video games is like, just kidding, I have no idea. So if I click on this, it's going to pull up over here on Amazon and show that exact shirt. There's a ton that can be done in here. There's so many different ideas that you can find on the daily inside of this tool. So I highly recommend. Technically, the glass is always full. Clever science. I feel like this right here is like entrepreneur type, like funny, clever, humor type of design. And I think this is a good one because it's like, just think of clever designs on t-shirts and we see them like pretty much every day in the world, right? Like if you go to the store, if you go to the grocery store, if you're just walking past something, you'll see some funny designs out there that can potentially be a t-shirt design, especially with like anything with memes online, anything like that, anything that's funny online, you can definitely, there's a potential idea where you can create a t-shirt and have very little competition, right? And there's nothing too crazy about this design. It's a very simple design, but it just, it's a funny one. Technically, the glass is always full. Air, half, water, half, right? So, and then you got like a glass right there with, you can see that's how it's breaking it down. Now, if we look at the BSR, you're going to see that it's made its first sale in 2020, November. Boom, it made its first sale. And then as it's getting closer and closer to now, it's continuing in 2023 to trend down. You can see it trending down by looking at the BSR. And with the BSR too, if you're unaware, the lower it gets, the more sales velocity that it brings in. So most likely right now, as of right now, I think it's at 49K BSR. So it's probably making anywhere between 35 sales a day, 6 or 7 sales a day. The lower the BSR, the more sales velocity it has each day, right? And something like this that's trending downwards, that's a really good sign in a consistent seller. That's what we look for as print on demand sellers. Now, if we come over here, technically the glass is always full t-shirt. We got a results of 570. Next niche, it's a wrestling thing you wouldn't understand. Fan fighter, simple text-based design. It has that little box part right here. It's a wrestling thing you wouldn't understand. Very simple, nothing too crazy about this, but look at 262 ratings, 4.6 out of 5. So it's like it's a top seller by looking at that, I could tell. But it's the wrestling niche, right? So think of anything that can be, anything that can be said funny on a t-shirt, and it can be a simple text-based design in the wrestling niche, and you can possibly create a top-selling design. Now, if we look at the all-time sales, you're going to see that it's made its first sale in 2020 of October, and then every single year or every single day of the year since then, it seems like it just turned into a consistent seller. And then as of right now, it's going into a downward spiral trend where it's at 51K BSR. And now if you come over here, it's a wrestling thing you wouldn't understand t-shirt. We got a result of 696. Really good results. Pretty good, right? I think it's just, you can tell that there's a demand in this niche. So if you come in here into the wrestling niche and create something that's really cool, or just something that's funny, or looking something, a new funny saying going into 2024, possibly you can definitely dive into this niche and create a top seller. I survived my husband's transplant. Simple text-based saying, but this is something that's like very, very passionate, right? Just understanding the concept and who you're creating the design for is very important. So kidney, you can see organ, kidney, recipient t-shirt. So I survived my husband's transplant. You're gonna kind of get the idea, I think. So the kidney transplant, that's what it seems like. That's who they're targeting with these keywords. right? 4.1 out of 5, 27 rating. Now, if we come down here, we're going to, so look at, yeah, that's nice. So 2019, it's made its first sale, but then look at it, just consistent throughout the whole years, all those years, right? And then right now, as it goes down, the BSR trends all the way down to at 117K BSR, which is really cool. But simple text-based design, nothing. This can be done in 30 seconds, 20 seconds to create this type of design. But that's not the idea. Remember, the idea is not to copy this design. The idea is to, there's a demand in this niche, but what can I create that's different in here? So it's going to take a little bit of time and research for you to do on your end. Now we got a result of a 604. I survived my husband's transplant t-shirt. So good results, very low competition. All right, next niche. I tried being normal once. Worst 2 minutes of my life. Now, if you look at this design, very simple, right? Text-based. This design can be done in 30 seconds too as well. 2 minutes of my life, funny t-shirt, anything. I think just think of anything funny. If you could probably come up with 1,000 different funny t-shirt design ideas that are funny. And obviously checking for trademarks and doing all that stuff, you can definitely create a ton of different designs like this. Very simple, very general design. We got a 4.0 out of 5, 12 ratings. And then if we come down here, look at the all-time BSR, you're going to see it made its first sale in 2020. And it's consistently making sales throughout the whole years of being live on the platform. And then it's at 109K BSR. And remember, the BSRs always fluctuate. So when it goes up, makes a sell, it drops down, it makes another sell, it goes up and drops down, it makes a sell. Every time it drops down or it keeps getting lower and lower, it's making sales. I tried being normal once t-shirt. You're going to see we got a result of 545. Next niche, bearded, inked, and awesome. Tattooed, tattooer, gift, tattoo. So I'm thinking this is someone that's like a tattoo artist. That's what I'm thinking. Bearded, inked, and awesome. Or just people that have a beard and they have ink. That can be someone too, but I can definitely see like a tattoo artist wearing this type of t-shirt too. But just think of different ways that you can obviously mix, like this is like your cross nation. You obviously know that the person has a beard and then they have tattoos. So what else can be done here? Think of different ideas that can be done inside of this niche, because it doesn't have to be bearded. Or maybe you can play baseball or bearded, inked, baseball, and awesome or something like that, right? That can be a good idea. Just mixing in the sport. Then you mix 3 different things in there. You can have a completely different design that's targeting that one passionate person. All right, the BSR is not populating for this listing, but if we come down right here, you're going to see that it was uploaded 2020 November, and it's 400K BSR. So if you kind of just look at that, you can see over the years. So obviously it's obviously making sales. And I want to say that it's for this actual design, it may not be like a top selling design, but it's a consistent seller. And I'm pretty sure it sells more than 2 or 3 times a month, every single month. Now, if you do kind of get the idea, if you do this you have 100 designs doing this, right? Every single month, everything starts to add up. So keep that in mind. And if we come over here, bearded, inked, and awesome t-shirt, we have a result of 654. All right, next niche is going to be the best players are on the bench. Piano player, pianist t-shirt. You can see who they're targeting, but this is like a funny saying that's on a t-shirt, and you can see how this design is all white, but it's taking up all the design space. So it's definitely taking up the template on Amazon merch. Now, keep in mind, any of these designs that I'm sharing with you, right? They're just print on demand in general. We're doing research on the #1 online shopping platform. So these work for any platform: Etsy, Redbubble, Spreadshirt, TeePublic. The list goes on. Amazon merch, obviously, right? But this is a pretty cool design. I like it a lot. I think this probably might be the best one. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's pretty cool. I like it. All-time sales. You're gonna look at it. It's made a sell. It's for the first time this year, right? And then as we get into May, it's made a few sales there, but we get into May, it starts to make consistent sales into the algorithm. And then we get on to Q4, it's definitely making sales. So you can see that it's got all the way down to 61K PSR, which is really good because next year when it comes around again, I think Q4 comes around again, this is definitely going to be a top seller. So just keep in mind, like the design might not work that first year, but then as it starts to go into the algorithm and be pushed more and more, it's going to make more and more sales. So yeah, if we look over here at the results, we got 745 results, right? The best players are on the bench t-shirt. All right, next niche is leftovers, nutrition, facts. Thanksgiving leftover recipes. You're going to see calories, total fat, cholesterol, sodium, total carbohydrates, protein, vitamin A, C, and calcium. And it gets all, it's a funny, I don't care, daily value, not enough, more please, who's counting, sugar, I'm good, fake vitamin, seriously, cheese. This is a cool design. Now, this is a cool design too. I like this design a lot, but it just like, we see certain things like this and we kind of I feel like sometimes I see a certain design, I'm like, how come I didn't think about this? And I think it's a really good design. This can be right here, something like this. You can see who it's targeting, but like this is an evergreen design. Now I know it's targeting Thanksgiving, but people love leftovers in general. So this most likely is going to sell all year long without even looking at the BSR yet. Let's take a look. Let's go down and see all-time sales. And yeah, but obviously like with the keywords in it, but once it gets closer to Thanksgiving, it starts to trend more. But you're going to see throughout the year, it starts to make sales too. And then same thing, it did the same thing again. You see that bonus, it kind of pushes into the Thanksgiving niche. But look right now in Q4, it's making sales consistently because I think a lot of people do big dinners and stuff for Christmas or just holidays in general. And then it's like, you can see it goes up, but then it makes sales, and it's going to continue doing that, I think, all the way through New Year's, and then it's going to start popping off again, for Valentine's Day and for Easter and all that stuff. So I think it's a really good t-shirt design. I like it a lot. And here are a few different other ideas too, because look at the use stuffing, same exact concept. Only thing they did was switch leftovers. And then this one too, writer facts. This one's pretty cool because it's writer facts storytelling. You kind of see what they did. They implemented the same, almost the same. It's like the same concept, right? But they put it into a different niche, right? And if you look at this one, let's look at the BSR on this one real fast. This one, you can see that it trends every Thanksgiving. This one too, stuffing, obviously. Writer facts. If we come down here, look at the BSR on this one. Dang, that thing's selling like crazy. That's pretty cool. It sells every single year. Look at that. Just cranking. And they even put it at a lower price to get, like, it seems like they were just doing that on purpose to get consistent sales. And then once they started ranking, maybe they have some type of thing where, once it gets 50 ratings, then they'll up the price on it or something like that, right? Maybe they have some type of rule for themselves where that's what they do. But interesting idea because you can definitely leverage this type of design and go into different niches. And if we come over here, leftovers, nutrition facts, t-shirt, we got a result of $7.93. Next niche is I don't snore, I dream I'm a train. This is cool. Funny train shirt. You can see what they did here. And it's interesting because they're using that targeted, like that funny train niche, right? And they're putting that at the beginning of the title. And I'm assuming say funny train shirt for men. You can see what they're doing there, right? I don't snore, I dream I'm a train. So like this is the long tail keyword and this is the long tail keyword, right? Once they start ranking for like this long tail keyword, and then this is another long tail keyword, and this is a keyword. You're leveraging this to get more keywords into the title. You see how they did that, right? Interesting, because it's like learning SEO over the years. You're going to learn that usually the front end is like the heavy part of the title, so it holds the most weight. And they didn't even bother with none of the bullet points. Neither. If we come down real fast, it's like, oh, they put the description right there, right? They put something in the description. But if we look at this t-shirt, it's I don't snore, I dream I'm a train. It's a pretty cool design. I like how it takes up a lot of the design space. Simple, all white text. The train looks really cool, right? Just something about snoring, funny snoring, right? Shirt, right? And then we come down, let's look at the all-time BSR. It made its first sell in 2019. And then, look at that, just cranking over the years, just selling, especially in Q4. You can see every Q4, it just sells. And this is cool because as a print-on-demand seller, this is something that I look for personally. Like if I can create something, a t-shirt design like this that does this every single year where it's making sales pretty much every other day. But then when Q4 comes around, it gets pushed into the algorithm like crazy. That's what we look for. And we have a result of $6.94 for I don't snore, I dream I'm a train t-shirt. Next one, before you bother me, is it plugged in? Is it turned on? Are you sure? Seriously, go check. Before you bother me, tech support funny computer IT guy t-shirt. So there you can see what they're targeting right here, right? And this is cool because it gives you an understanding, learning the keywords, tells you a story, and this is actually their tech support, funny computer guy, IT guy. There's a few different like niches and their sub niches inside of there. I want to say like the big one would be like a tech niche or computer niche. All right, there's a funny computer IT guy niche, right? And nothing too crazy. You got that retro style kind of design right here with the colors right here going on. Simple text based, nothing too crazy about this at all. If we come on here, look at the all time, right? It's made its first sell of November of last month, which is really cool. And then you're seeing that it's turning into a consistent seller, which is pretty good because they're leveraging Q4 to get that sales velocity in there, and they already had it below 41K BSR, 50K BSR, like, you know what I mean? That's pretty good. It hit that a few times. So it's like telling the algorithm, like, hey, this is a top selling design. And most likely this year, when it comes around again, that this one's most likely going to be doing some numbers. So keep that in mind. Next, so the results, we got 678 results, right? Before You Bother Me t-shirt. So a decent amount of, not too much results, low competition niche. I still think anything where I'm trying to look for anything below 500, but if I can see that there's actually a good demand for this, I'm definitely going to throw it in this video for you guys. And if you want more niche ideas with low competition, watch this video here next. Thank you very much for watching, and give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below.